Hi guys, welcome back to another cooking video. So in this one I'll be preparing honey garlic pork chops, and I'll be using a mixture of powdered seasoning and wet seasoning. The wet ones are pretty much some grated garlic and ginger, a little ginger, and a little bit of onion. And for my powdered seasoning, I'm using some all-purpose seasoning and some powdered seasoning. I'm not using any salt because the powdered seasoning already has a salt. So I'm gonna add both the dry and the wet together and use that to season the pork chops. Right there I added a little bit of browning to help with the seasoning, and I'll let that sit for about 5 hours, and then I'm ready to prepare this pork chops. So what I do, because I'm cooking quite a few pieces, I use the biggest frying pan that I have, and I just line the frying pan with some oil, any oil of your liking. I use vegetable oil, and I'm just gonna fill the bottom of the frying pan with the pork chops that it can fit, and I'm just gonna allow the pork chops to sear on both sides. So I tend to do that with my meats, let them sear a little bit, and then depending on the style or the type of cooking that I'm gonna go for, then I finish it up with whatever ingredient or by whatever means. So right here you can see that this one was ready. I flipped it over. It's browning off because you sear, you want to get it browned, you want to get it crisp, but you don't want to get it too crisp that then it becomes over dried or a little bit too dry. So again, I flipped this other one. It's good. Now I've flipped all of them, and this is what they're looking like. My aim with the pork chops is for it to be juicy but not over dried. Juicy but cook, not over dried. So I'm gonna do this for all of them because, as I said, I have quite a few pork chops to do like that, and then put them in a different container. And in the same frying pan, I've grated some more garlic, and I'm gonna add some honey and some water and let that come to a boil. Don't worry that the garlic looks like that, because I'm gonna put the pork chops into this mixture and let it cook for about 45 minutes or so. So those little pieces of garlic that you're seeing right there will all cook out, and you won't see them by the time this pork chops is done. So it's coming to a boil, and I'm now placing the pork chops into the frying pan, and I think I added a pepper just for taste and a piece of scallion to the pot, and I'll cover it. You will see, cover it and leave it for about 45 minutes. Let it all cook down and check it back. So there were some juices from the container. That's still good. It's perfectly good. And I'm just gonna pour that in to the pot, and as I said, cover and leave it. Turn it on to medium heat, and we'll just wait. So right there's the pepper, and there's the scallion, and I came back to check. So what you want to do too is, midway through that cooking time that you're gonna give it, you want to come now, and if you are cooking too much, or even if you're cooking a little bit of pieces, you want to turn them so they can get the color on the other side, and switch them around. So this is what it's looking like in about that 45 mark. But I added a little bit more water because I want it to be a little bit more soft and that kind of stuff, and I'm showing you right here what it's looking like. It's soft, but I wanted a little bit more softer, so I added some more water to the pot, cover that, and let it cook. Didn't add, I might have added a little bit of that browning that I had showed you earlier, because it was a little bit, I wanted a little bit more color to it. So this is the finished product, guys. This is what the pork chops looks like. Right there, you can see it's not dried out. It is soft when you cut into that. It's well cooked. It's ready to go. You can have that with anything you so desire. So right here, I'm gonna cut into it, but because the dish that I put these pork chops in, it's like a curved edge, it wasn't allowing me to cut it down quicker or better, it seems, but it's cooked and it was soft enough. So that's how I prepare